Montgomery, here with Kevin Gleason at Times Herald-Record headquarters in Middletown. We just got back from NFL Super Bowl Media Day at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, and we just wanted to share a little bit of our perspective, of what it was like being there, just so you guys can get a sense of it. We have some video clips coming up after this, but as a fan, just having watched it on TV before, it was pretty much as chaotic and as crazy as you would expect to actually be in there in person today.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, the thing that struck me this year was, I've only been to 4 of these now, with the 3 previous Giant Super Bowls, and then this year with it being local. The thing that struck me this year was how they sold tickets for it, at the Prudential Center, and with fans. And fans came in. It wasn't like they sold a couple hundred tickets. Fans came. There were thousands of fans there. It really struck me that they were there just to basically see people get interviewed, which was kind of different. But, media day is like nothing that I've ever covered in sports, it's as crazy as you always hear about. It's filled with people who call themselves journalists and other people who, are just kind of somehow got entrance in there with a media pass. They dress up in strange clothing, they have strange affiliations, and they just basically are there, I think, to act weird. They ask weird questions and really to kind of, produce enough sound bites to be as strange as possible and as unique as possible. And sometimes that can be a little bit annoying, but you have to take it with a grain of salt, and you have to kind of enjoy it. And that's what I do. I kind of get a kick out of a lot of the oddball people and the oddball questions that are asked. I mean, these things are they're meant to be fun. I think the players, for the most part, appreciate the looseness to it and the fun element to it. Some players react with a little more indignation than others, but for the most part, the players really take it in well, and they soak in the moment, and it's just a really fun day. Like today I came across, and there are a million storylines there, of course, with the players. It's not just all a bunch of silly questions and strange people. There are a lot of really good stories there, obviously, too, and I came across a few today just bouncing around talking to different people at the booth. You come across a lot of neat storylines.
Yeah, and I think, just kind of tell people about what our job is a little bit. We go in there with ideas of, here's a story we want to write, here's people we have to talk to, but you kind of find yourself talking to people you didn't think you were going to talk to. And
right.
There's kind of some stories that develop that way, and I guess, was there anybody that you kind of ran into today that, kind of gave you a story that you didn't think you were going to get?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, you go in, you have some preconceived ideas, but with me, I usually just, do the basic research on the teams and the players, and then kind of just float around and feel it out, And so today, I think it was the second, maybe Denver being the first team to open the day today, and like the second booth, for lack of a better word, of players that I saw was, the dude from Denver, nicknamed Pot Roast, Terrence Knight, and then the big defensive tackle, and he was just a joy, and find a guy like that who's loose, he's a fun guy, and then has a great backstory to boot. You just basically stay at that podium perch as long as you can, without getting hit in the back of the head with a camera and pushed out of there. So I stayed there. It probably had to be like good 20, 25 minutes of the hour session, just listening and asking a few questions that I got in. And then after he talked, and after talking to a few other people, I spotted Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator, who was just fabulous. Didn't have many people around him. He only had a couple media folks, so I was able to get up close and be able to ask him about Knighton, and he has a great backstory, which of course I immediately planned on writing for tomorrow's paper, which I couldn't wait to get my hands on that. And then Seattle later in the day was interesting too. A lot of really loose characters, I thought, with Seattle. None of them have been in a Super Bowl, which is a major storyline, but you would never feel any sense of tightness among them today. I thought it was kind of interesting. They were all very loose, and they all seemed really comfortable around all those people.
Okay, so check out Kevin's story in the Times Herald-Record tomorrow. I've got a story on the specialists. The league has been kind of sort of considering maybe getting rid of the point after touchdown. So I talked to some of the kickers and the punters and the holders and the long snappers about the extra point and what the future of that is going to be. And keep watching the video. We'll just have some highlights from Media Day coming up. So thanks for watching. For Kevin Gleason, I'm Will Montgomery with the Times Herald-Record.
I still haven't met my niece, Lisa. She was born right before we kind of went to training camp, so I haven't had a chance to see her, so I'm going to get to meet her, which will be exciting.
This is the place. This is a very, very special place to have the Super Bowl. And I know there's a lot of conversation about that, but I think it's an amazing place to play because of the history, because of the background, because of the following, and the magnitude of just playing in New York, in the New Jersey.
What attribute of the Seahawks that makes them special? The chip on their shoulders, the chip and the slight that every person on the team has.
There was a GoPro camera reported lost this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
If you found a
Tell me a little more about this.
And I'm saving a lot of money too. What kind of car insurance do you have? I can do this. Go ahead.
Coach,